You know, these are the images that really got everyone's attention yesterday. That thick black smoke could be seen all over the city. Sadly, the flames at the auto salvage yard on Northeast Killingsworth destroyed 4 homes. In the process, killed 15 cats. And the 5-alarm fire brings to mind so many questions, including how to protect our pets.
Yeah, families are told to have an evacuation, a safety plan for these exact types of situations. But what can you do to help your animals during that type of emergency situation? We have Laura Klink with the Oregon Humane Society here to kind of give us some tips on how to navigate that area. But first, boy, you look at that video and you think of what happened yesterday, and it's just awful. But how did you guys respond?
So we are about 70 blocks away from where the fire occurred. So when we saw the smoke billowing, we had 2 of our staff members who went down there to check in with the incident commander to see how we could help out. We brought crates to a few folks. We had a couple people stop by the shelter to pick up crates as they were evacuating. And, you know, we offered to do some short-term housing working with Multnomah County.
So certainly we mentioned the cats' lives lost in the fire,
Yes,
but there
very
were
sad.
others who made it out safely and needed assistance from the thousands of people who had to be evacuated. Thinking, you know, long-term, Laura, how do you know, to be prepared in these situations? There are ways in which you can alert firefighters there's an animal inside?
Sure. So one of the really helpful things that you can do for first responders is to put a decal on your house that shows how many pets there are inside the house. So if, say, you're at work and there's a fire in the area and first responders are going into your home to evacuate your pets, that they know how many pets are accounted for. And then also, if you evacuate with your pets, it's really important to note that on the sign that the pets have been evacuated.
And that's something, does it need to go on a certain window or?
Preferably by the front door.
And they know to look.
Exactly, yeah. And, you know, when all else fails, duct tape is always a great way to do that.
Are these handwritten signs, or can you buy them?
You can buy them, and they show, you know, how many cats, dogs, you know, birds, reptiles that you might have in the home.
So what are some other things you can do? I see you have kind of a
I
lot
brought
of
some
prepared,
props.
a kit, I guess, preparedness kit.
So just like for people who need to evacuate an emergency, whether it's a fire or a natural disaster, it's always good to have a go kit. And I keep a clear backpack with my pet's supplies because clear, then you can kind of see what's in it. A backpack's really easy to carry in an emergency. Great to have a supply of food, preferably the flip top cap, some dry food, medications, a first aid kit for your pet, including any kind of health history and things like that. But one thing that's really important is to have identification on your pet. So, you know, collar and tag, microchip, make sure you have some extra leashes in your go kit as well. So if you just need to grab and go, you've got everything in there. So just like you would prepare for yourself, prepare for your pets. And one thing, especially for cats, that's really important is to have a carrier that's large enough that if you, say, have to evacuate somewhere for a couple of days, that your cat can kind of hang out in there. So this one is a little bit of a bigger crate, which is great for a cat. Cat could be in here for a day or 2 or 3. And I like these little temporary litter pans, extra use for the turkey pan that we usually use at Thanksgiving, and having a little Ziploc bag of litter ready to go.
Just real quickly to wrap up, do you have a supply of crates, you know, that are gently used there at the Humane Society?
We frequently will have sales of our used crates. Certainly if anybody, any member of the public right now who had to evacuate from the area needs a crate, that they can give us a call.
Okay,
all right, Laura,
great information.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.